everybody, welcome. My name is Deirdre Eberhart and this is The Mental Well. Today we have Dr. Pamela Moss, the Soul Guide. So I have a little introduction and I'm going to read it because I cannot memorize, and that's what we're going to do. So Dr. Pamela Moss joyfully expresses her purpose as the Soul Guide. She is on a mission to light up the lights, to help you remove the fears and frustrations that stop you from fully expressing your light, so you can be the beautiful agent of change that you were born to be. A former Ivy League academic and homeschooling mom, Pamela amazed herself by following her calling to become a visionary artist and a deep healing and awakening alchemist, transforming clients' lives around the globe. She's the author of the #1 international spiritual bestseller, The Soul Guide to a Magical Life, How to Remove Your Blocks to Your Greatest Calling. Welcome, Pamela.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes. So, you wanted to share with our listeners a really special tool that you have that I have personally benefited from, called How to Make Breakthroughs with Subconscious Parts of You. Can we share that with everybody?
We can, and I'm so excited. So I just want to say something about this. So when we want to have a breakthrough and we feel stuck, what's going on is we are only seeing things with one perspective, our normal perspective. And the only way to have a breakthrough usually is to have some other way to perceive it, some other way to move forward, which is outside of what we normally see. And a reliable way to create a breakthrough is to work with subconscious parts of you. And it may sound very weird, subconscious parts of me, but we all say, like, part of me doesn't really want to do blah, blah, blah. Or I feel like, there's two parts of me that want different things. So in a way, we understand there are these different parts of us that want different things than perhaps we consciously want. So basically the idea is, and this is remarkable, this concept of talking with subconscious parts is first, Carl Gustav Jung was the first person who did that in the Western tradition, and he got the tradition from shamanic tradition.
Really?
Yeah, that's my understanding. I don't know if he read it, I don't think he worked with shaman, I don't know though, but he read about it, I believe, and he realized this is an ancient healing modality actually, to work with the part that is having issues or concerns or causing problems for the conscious personality as a way to have a breakthrough, to break through whatever's been stopping someone for a long time. And I just want to say something which I found interesting doing this work. I've discovered things in working with subconscious parts of people that I didn't even know existed.
Really?
So this is going to sound really weird. But like just yesterday this happened. I was working with a client, not here, but somewhere else online, and we were doing some work with subconscious parts of her, and the subconscious parts were saying that there was what they call it, a big gray smoky force that was smushing them. And when I heard those words, big gray smushy force, I knew that wasn't a part of the personality. I knew that was something that in this realm is sometimes referred to as an entity. It's basically energy that's not yours, that is attached to you and is sort of parasitically taking energy from you. Might sound really weird and creepy, but it's actually pretty common. And you can remove it once you know that there's something like that going on. And I first found this out working with a woman who was suicidal, and I asked to speak to the part of her that was feeling suicidal. She said, I asked, where do you feel that? She said, it's over here somewhere. And I was like, that's
not
weird.
Even inside.
It's not even in her body.
Okay.
So I got chills all over. I was like, this is weird. The part of her that wants her to die is not even in her. And I was talking to this part of her, and I said, well, what happens if she dies? And said, I'll just go to someone else. And I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah.
But I realized that there's these energies, these entities that people sometimes have that create. This is not something Western medicine acknowledges, but I've seen it from all different people all over the world. They can have these energies that aren't really part of them. But most of the time when you're talking to a subconscious part of you, it's a part of you that's trying to protect you and help you. And the reason it's doing something you don't want it to do, it's sabotaging you or getting in the way of you fulfilling something that matters to you or causing some kind of behavior that you know you don't like or is embarrassing, is because it thinks it's protecting you by doing that. And it wants, usually subconscious parts want to keep you safe, and what keeps you safe is not stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So they will often sabotage you if you try to do things they think are not following the rules or whatever. So that's a tiny introduction to the idea of subconscious parts. And the thing that's really interesting is that pretty much anybody can find them and play with them and get really, not just play with them and find out about them, but actually really get to know them and see how these parts of you that maybe you don't like so much, like your inner critic or the part of you that's like a small child that's wounded and scared, whatever, that you can get to know them and you can actually get to see how they're trying to help you, and you can create agreements with them about how they can help you in a way that works better with you. It's pretty, a lot of really, that's how you can really have profound breakthroughs with parts. It's not just getting to know them, but you can, if you listen to them, you actually listen to your fear or depression or whatever it is, you can find out what that part of you needs to feel like it's safe to move forward, when otherwise it wouldn't.
Okay, so can I just replay back to you what I think I understand about it?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I just said.
So what we're doing essentially is talking to the unconscious parts of our minds through this writing technique that you have.
Yeah.
And
you can do it verbally also.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what you're doing is you're talking to that part of you and seeing what they need, because it's really more like a misguided sense of protection for you is what there is.
Well, it's following, basically we create subconscious parts at various points in our lives to help us survive things, basically. Like the most strongest one is like when someone's traumatized. They literally can't be in the situation they're being traumatized, so they kind of absent themselves a bit, and something else just takes over and survives, go through the situation for them. It's not their conscious identity, because their conscious identity is like, this can't be happening, this is too terrible, I can't be with it.
Yeah.
So that's how we survive trauma. And a lot of times is people have a part of them that rises up that can handle it, that's not going to be remembering it consciously. So it's holding the trauma for you. Doesn't mean that. There's the parts work is so rich and deep. I realized I could talk about a lot of things about it that I want to make it simple so we can understand it. So the simplest way to do it is, you could just do this to get to know parts of you, but it's more useful and easier to access when there's something you want and you're aware there's some inner resistance. It can be as simple as you're procrastinating about doing something you say you want to do, or it can be you feel worried or scared about something, or you're you're angry and you don't know why you're so angry. And there's a lot of times the way in is to notice there's something that's in the way of what you want, or apparently opposing you, or making things harder for you.
Okay.
Or behaving in a way that you think is not rational. Like, why am I so angry at him? Like this is out of proportion here.
Yeah.
So in order to do this, it helps if you're aware if there's something, there is some kind of inner conflict or resistance. A lot of times it just shows up as resistance. It's just, particularly if there's something you think you want to do that you're not doing. You're not doing it because part of you is resisting it.
Yeah.
So you may or may not have something to do this with. Like for example, like the woman I was talking to yesterday, the part of her we were talking to, she called confidence. And confidence, she said, was really tiny. she was like so tiny. She wanted to help it be bigger.
Yeah.
And she asked confidence, what would help you be bigger? And that's when it said the big gray smoky forest is squishing me down.
Okay.
But that it doesn't necessarily have to be that kind of a thing. But like, oh my goodness, like when I was writing my book, there were definitely parts of me that were very nervous about writing that for a whole bunch of different reasons. Being seen in a bigger way, or maybe I'm going to be too weird, or just like whatever. So I talked to them to get them to calm down and see what they needed to tell me to move forward.
So I think I have something I want to try.
Oh, good. I'm saying all this in order to see if there's something.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I have an addiction to soda. I've been pretty good for a while, and then I fall off, and I love the sugar. I love that there's caffeine in it. I can't drink coffee because of dietary stuff, but I also just feel so entitled to it because I have a lot of restrictions, and I'm just gonna have my soda.
Yeah.
Right? but I don't feel good when I do. So I don't think there's anything wrong with having it every once in a while, but it's just the amount that I have. It just gets more and more.
So it's not really supporting you, even though this part of you like, I'm entitled. I have so many restrictions. I should have some soda. I should be able to. Yeah, exactly. Great. So there's two ways to do this. So like I said, there's the writing way, and then as far as this process here, we're talking with you guys, it might be, if you're willing to, this is really for you to check in and see if you're willing. It's also possible to do it verbally. In other words, and the way that would work is we would let you get in touch with that part of you that's, I'm just entitled to have soda because I have so many restrictions, so back off. And if you were willing to, I'll describe what that would look like, and then you can think about whether you're willing to do it or you want to do it writing.
Okay.
So the way that would look like is you would, just like an actor getting into a role, you would get in character. So you'd check in with yourself and see, what does that part of me feel like? If that part of me was in a physical position, would it be kind of like this, or like this, or like, would it want to hide in the corner? and just think, if I were going to be that part of me, what would I physically do? Do I sit right here the way I am right now, or would I have to move into a different position or go somewhere else to be in character? So,
okay.
And
I think I want to do the writing one mostly because I want our watchers and listeners to come back with something that they can really do.
Yes.
On their own.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'll tell you also, like, I have a gift for you, which is I have an inner wisdom treasure chest, which has 13 really powerful processes in it, and one of them is a whole section about having effective conversations with subconscious parts of you to create breakthroughs. And so it walks you through literally a conversation to have with these parts of you and how to get in touch with them, etc. So you'll have a written guide if you want to get that afterwards. It's the place you'll get it at. It's at my website, which is thesoulguide.com. So that's where the Inner Wisdom Treasure Chest is. It's free. It's a really powerful bunch of tools that can help you have breakthroughs and get clear about things. So anyway, so we'll do it here, and then don't worry if you're taking notes or trying to figure it out. You can get the written version too. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you for offering that.
Sure, my pleasure. So to do this, so the way you're going to do this, Deirdre, and anybody else who's watching this, is you're going to have a written dialogue. And by written dialogue, I mean exactly as if you were writing a play. So you're going to write, first of all, like your name, this is you talking to yourself, followed by a colon, and then you're going to ask a question. And the first question you're going to ask is, I'd like to speak to the part of me that, in this case, the part of me that, thinks she's entitled to soda. And then you just are going to say, are you there, after that. And then on the next line, you're going to write the name. Just if you know the name of the part of you, you could write the name of it. If you don't, you can just write part. And you're going to put a colon, just like you're writing the dialogue. And you're going to listen for, what do you get in response to, are you there? So just listen. You may feel something inside. It may be words, it may be an image, it may just be a physical sensation. Just pay attention to emotion.
I got it. Yes, I'm always here.
Awesome. Great. So now we're going to have a conversation. How exciting is that? Because this part of you says, I'm here and I'm always here. So you could ask this part of you a question. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is to really be open and curious. Like, you want to get to know this part of you. So some getting to know questions are something like, what matters to you, or what are your goals, or what's your job, or how do you help me, or just trying to ask something that helps know this part of you a bit better, or what do you want me to call you? Just like lots of possibilities.
Okay. How do you help me?
And then you just write the part or the name and just listen for whatever the answer is to, how do you help me?
I help you get things done. I mean, yeah, the caffeine and the sugar feel good.
Okay, great.
It helps me focus.
Okay, so I help you get things done and help you focus. Okay, great. Is that your main job? You can ask us anything else about this. This part has to help you get things done and focus.
I help you be happy. Do you?
Great. Well, she thinks this.
Okay.
You can ask her, how do you help me be happy?
Okay, how do you help me be happy. I help you get what you want when you want it.
Mm. You can see why that might, to the conscious mind, that you said that was entitled. She's saying, I help you get what you want when you want it. And when you described her, you described her as being entitled. You see, like it's a different part of you kind of judging her for.
Yeah. Okay, so that wasn't it.
Well, no, it is. Well, that's her interpretation. It's like, how do you get what you want when you want it? And
Okay.
I'm just saying the other part of you said she's entitled. She thinks it's entitled to that. Like it's like a,
And that would be my definition of entitled.
exactly. So now we want to understand that you might want to ask her, what do you like to be called? What should I call you?
What do you like to be called? She's calling. Okay, so it's just coming up in my head as like love.
Love. Okay, great.
But she's Okay.
So this Deirdre's demonstration is really important. Is you may hear things that you consciously think are stupid, or you don't understand them, or whatever, like doesn't make sense. But you're just going to write it down. This is you're basically, Jung called it active imagination. You're letting your imagination just go with whatever comes.
It's love girl.
Love girl.
Cool. Okay.
Right. Okay, good. So love girl, so she helps you by getting things done, and she helps you be happy by getting what you want when you want it. So as far like so we have this issue right now about the soda thing. So if you want to first of all, you might just take a moment, if you feel thankful or appreciative for her doing that, you could just tell her, like, I'm glad you're helping me do that. Or if it's not that straightforward, I mean, once you get to know this part enough, you can see this part of you really is trying to help you, and you can appreciate it.
Yeah.
But we also want to see, so you're concerned about the soda. You were telling me before is it was like too much soda, like too much of what makes it too much? Like, why is it a problem for you?
It hurts my stomach.
Okay.
It's just not. I probably shouldn't have any, but anything more than half of a can hurts my stomach.
Okay. So just like you're talking to me, Love Girl can hear this too. So you can ask Love Girl something about, like, I have this problem. It hurts my stomach, and you're pushing me to drink soda, right? I mean, we want to see if she's the one who's pushing you to drink soda. First of all, I mean, it seems like that's what's going on. But we want to find out if there's some way we can move forward that will work better.
Okay.
So I'm not exactly sure of the question, but it's something along the lines of telling her, I've got this problem with this,
Okay, so it hurts my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another way you can help me?
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting question, yeah. And help you, to get things done and stay focused, because that's what she said was her job, right?
Okay, yes, to get things done.
Mm-hmm.
And stay focused. I'm going to write down LG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
let me think.
Mm-hmm. So Love Girl, how is there another way to stay focused and get things done without drinking so much soda? Can you help me some other way?
She says it's going to take more work.
Well, ask her more about that. More work.
She said lots of water and exercise. Oh, boo. I don't want to exercise.
So, but Love Girl say if you do that, then you won't need to drink so much soda.
Okay.
You have your choice about this, but she actually has a clear way about how you can actually be focused and get more done.
Right, and I've had that before in my life, where I've drank lots of water and had smoothies in the morning with a little bit of green tea in it instead of soda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did it work as far as getting things done and feeling focused?
Yes.
Interesting. interesting. So this is another way. So you could ask her, would she, like, when you say you don't want to do that, what's stopping you? Like, what makes you not want to do that?
So I'll ask her.
Right. Like, is she behind that? By the way, why don't you have some of your water?
Thank you.
Cheers.
I hope my drinking sound doesn't go into the microphone.
They'll survive.
Okay. Okay, I forgot what I'm asking.
She just told you if you it'll take work. You got to exercise and drink lots of water.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but she's also been telling you to drink soda. I think, or is she the one who's been behind that?
Okay, so why haven't I been doing the exercise?
Well, what I think I would ask is she been stopping you from?
Okay.
You know,
Have you been stopping me from exercising? Let's see. Yes, I take the easiest route because it's the most efficient.
Mm-hmm. And yes, it is. It's the most efficient, but this particular one also causes physical discomfort.
Okay.
So you basically can just say, yeah, you're right, but there's this issue. So this process can take a little while. So
Yeah.
you may not want to do all of it right now, but you can see, like, listening to her concerns and seeing what she says is a way to move forward. You could actually probably reach a way where she can support you. She can support you to do this, because she wants to do what's easiest and most efficient, and she also presumably doesn't want you to stomach aches and not feel so good.
Yeah, I mean it's stopped being efficient, which is why I brought it up.
Very good. So you can have a conversation, because this matters to you and this has stopped being efficient. What can we do instead? Can you support me? Like that, you can actually ask for her support about how you could actually move forward with her encouragement instead of her saying, I just want to do the easiest and most efficient thing because this has stopped being efficient. So how could she help you to move forward toward the thing which would be more efficient than having the stomach aches and not being able to focus?
I think we're almost there. If
Okay,
we
go
can
right
finish.
ahead.
Yeah,
Sure,
I think
yeah.
that would be a nice thing to share with everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. This has stopped being efficient for me. What can we do? Where can I go from here?
Great.
Okay, she's saying you need to create a habit.
Mm-hmm.
And she keeps saying you have to ask Max.
You have to ask Max.
I have a friend, Max. I'm just going to write that down.
Yeah, you have to ask Max.
Okay, so Max is the person who I meditate with twice a week over FaceTime. He lives in California, and I live in New York. So he keeps me accountable. I keep him accountable, and so we already do meditation together. Why can't I have him hold me accountable? In fact, we've talked about possibly doing Tai Chi over FaceTime, which is a way of exercising and really great for mental and physical energy.
Absolutely, and good no matter what your physical condition is. Really, you can still move a little bit. Yeah, great.
So, that was.
So you've just beautifully demonstrated that this part of you who wants to help you actually has some ideas that can really move you forward.
Yeah.
This is why this is like how you can have a breakthrough in your soda issue.
Yeah, because it's just getting to the point where it's not sustainable.
Right. So you asked the part of you that's responsible, and she was able to say, well, here's what you can do. You need to drink more water, exercise. How can you do that? Ask Max. Use him as your accountability partner. That's how you can move forward.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you so much. And I see some people are watching, and I want to say thank you for watching. One person says, this is perfect timing.
Yay!
Yay, I'm glad this is helping, Agnes. So this is great.
This is great. And the last step is just to thank her. So either you're out loud or ready, just, love girl, thank you. That was super helpful. I'll ask you again if I have questions.
Okay, so, before I thank her, I have to ask her why she calls herself Love Girl.
Sure.
I just want to spread the love.
Isn't that great? This part of you that just wants to spread the love.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Love Girl.
And thank you, Deirdre, for this can be a kind of vulnerable and weird thing to do, and I just really appreciate your willingness to do that.
Yes, I am vulnerable and I am weird, and
aren't we all? Here.
If you like that, then make sure you come back and watch our episodes every week here at the Mental Well.
Vulnerable, weird, and awesome Deirdre, and whoever she brings in.
Yes,
that's great.
Yes. So thank you so much, Pamela.
You're welcome. Yeah. I wanted to say again, so if you want to get the Inner Wisdom Treasure Chest, which has this process in detail in it, so you can do it for yourself as well as 12 other wonderful processes, you can go to thesoulguide.com. It's right on there. It's a free gift. You just enter your name and email and you'll get it.
Wonderful. Okay. All right. Take care, everyone. This has been a wonderful first episode, and we will see you next week.